This family vlogger just fled the country after being charged with aggravated kidnapping, and that is definitely not something you hear every day, so it's safe to say we're in for a wild story. So meet Corey Pritchett Jr., as he's a family vlog content creator with over 12 million followers combined, and he's in the center of an FBI investigation where he's allegedly kidnapped 2 women before threatening to kill them.
A popular YouTuber once known for his family vlogging is now accused of kidnapping 2 women. But the story doesn't end there. Authorities say the Texas-based content creator fled the United States by booking a one-way ticket and hopping on a nearly 20-hour flight.
On his 2 YouTube channels, he posts music videos, skits, and a family vlog channel where he posts stuff with his wife and kids. Or is it ExWife, as he posted a video of them interrogating each other just a year ago titled, "She Cheated, I'm Done."
So what did you get on your phone for then?
Because I'm trying to see what's going on.
So when nothing going on your phone, oh, your hoes texting, oh my bad, yeah, I forgot. You forgot your hoes be texting you.
We can't even just talk.
Why not? Because when I used to be sloppy, you used to take advantage of me.
I took advantage of you.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You really want to say I took advantage of you?
Yes, and I just said it, and I said it again. You made me insecure. You made me toxic. You made me crazy. You made me do all this other shit just because of the person you couldn't be. And because of you at the end of the day.
Only family vlog channels would monetize a breakup like this. I just feel so bad for the kids. Like, this is just a whole new level of dystopian that has really only existed for a few years. So I completely understand how you can go insane from making this kind of content. But to be fair, I wouldn't expect someone to go that insane from family vlog content that they would go and kidnap 2 people and then flee the country. That's insane even for a family vlogger, but whether they're still together or not, they used to post content of them doing all sorts of family activities, you know, playing with toys with their kids, shopping, pranks, and even house hunting.
All right, CJ, they gonna be your room, boy.
Don't do my shit like that. No.
I'm just playing, dude.
So how did this guy go from a family vlogger to an on-the-run kidnapper? That's a pretty serious escalation. Talk about going from 0 to 100. But according to the 2 women involved in the situation, they exchanged numbers with Corey on November 22nd. He then had them meet up with them and his friends for a day that included working out, ATV riding, and bowling. Sounds like a great time. Apparently not, because it ended up in a kidnapping situation, an alleged kidnapping situation. Nothing's been proven in court yet. But the women say things started to get weird at the bowling alley, where apparently Corey and his friends, they were not too happy with each other, so they started essentially fighting. The women then said, "Hey, can you guys leave?" And I guess that worked. So they did leave, but then the women were stuck there stranded. So then Corey came back and said, "Oh, don't worry, I can drive you guys home." And this was necessary because the women apparently left some of their items in his car. So he came back, picked them up, and this is where the story starts to get pretty crazy. As during the drive, things apparently escalated quickly. Corey started to drive erratically, driving at high speeds, waving a gold-plated gun around, and making what was described as alarming statements. Corey then allegedly shot the gun out of the window a few times, and apparently he was driving down I-10 at over 100 miles an hour. And apparently this isn't the only time someone has alleged that he's pulled a gun on women like this, because remember his ex-family channel partner? Well, apparently she talked about how he pulled a gun on her just a few years ago.
His closet was right here. If y'all remember the old videos and y'all seen our old house, that bathroom, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. His closet here, my room, my closet here, right? We across from each other. This man felt like I attacked him by saying, "Go ahead, show me your true colors then." That man put his shorts up, came and instantly grabbed me by my neck and put me against the wall. And if you ever been like that, you know you can't breathe, you can't talk. So I'm trying to just move away around to get this person out of me. Okay, so by the time I'm trying to move myself out, move my head or something, his hands are still on me, y'all. Like, his hands are still on me. This man is stronger than I am, so be for real. So this hand's still on me. So now by this time, I'm on the floor. He's picking me up. This man done put me to sleep or whatever it was. I black out. I'm on the floor. Now, when I come back to my senses, I open my eyes. All you hear is gun clicking. I'm here gun clicking, you change it, whatever it is that you change it. I hear a gun, a weapon. I'm on the floor. By this time, I'm in my bed, in the bed. I'm on the floor in the room. You feel me? I'm hearing you coming out the bathroom with a gun. I'm not thinking at that moment, are you loading the gun? Are you not loading the gun? Where are you? I'm not thinking of any of that. But it's the principle that you coming close to me with a gun.
Oh, so the dude's also a woman beater. Great. What a garbage human being. So back to the kidnapping story. These women are stuck in a car with someone who apparently has a history of violent behavior like this. And the whole time he's allegedly shooting his firearm out the window and speeding over 100 miles an hour. He's also apparently making frantic phone calls and saying that someone is after him. Really sounds like a sane individual we're dealing with here. The women, naturally, are terrified for their lives as Corey's behavior became more and more erratic and dangerous, and at one point, Corey even made a chilling video call to a woman, saved in his phone as future wife, and asked if he should harm the women. Specifically, he quoted as asking the woman, "If I had the perfect opportunity and was in the middle of nowhere where no one could hear them scream, should I just go ahead and do it?" What? But apparently whoever this woman is didn't help the situation. She apparently just simply answered, "Yes." But the court documents detailing all of this even quote Corey as saying, "I'm going to explicit y'all and then kill y'all," to the women. So obviously the women are panicking. They're texting each other until Corey turns around, points the firearm at them, and then takes their phones. But somehow they got a break. Finally, Corey pulled over to the side of the highway, ordered the women to get out of the car, and drove off, leaving them stranded in the dark. And let's be real, in a situation like this, that was probably the best case scenario. Corey then reportedly told the woman this is your only opportunity when he told them to get out of their car. But even though they got a break, it took them roughly an hour to flag down a driver who could then call 911, which led to their rescue. And the reason this took so long was because Corey apparently stranded them without a phone. What is in this family vlog channel water that they're all drinking, making them all go insane? Like, what is this? This is absolutely horrifying. Like, this is just an absolutely horrifying story. But apparently, one of the women tried to grab for their phones on the way out, but they couldn't get it. But what makes this story a little bit more interesting is the women's GPS data from their Life 360 apps corroborated all of this. So at least the location of the story adds up. Now, all of the threats, the shooting out of the window, that's all still alleged. And then obviously it's still alleged if this is an actual kidnapping or not.
And investigators also say that, GPS data from Life 360, which was an app that was on one of the women's phones, that helped corroborate their story. Talk to me about how investigators use that type of data to kind of piece together, or at least verify these types of allegations.
Well, in this case, the victim made it easy for law enforcement to track her because they did have the Life 360 app on there.
Oh boy. Yeah, this seems like some pretty solid proof against Corey, but he didn't exactly stick around for them to find out what the police had against him, because Corey, who is now a fugitive, managed to escape to Qatar by booking a one-way ticket and taking an 18-hour flight. Something tells me that you don't do a last-minute 18-hour flight unless you really want to get away from something. So law enforcement are now working on bringing him back to face some serious charges for aggravated kidnapping.
What do you make of just kind of that Jekyll and Hyde situation that we're kind of seeing all unfold?
Well, that's from where I started with this, that because of his social media presence, law enforcement is going to have to kind of dig in and kind of determine what the motive behind this was. Maybe he had no intent of harming these women. He was just doing this for the classic clicks, or like I said, he had something going on in his life that made him panic. But it seems like there's such in society now, there's such a intense pressure to get quote unquote clicks that we see these social media people doing some amazingly stupid and abhorrent things. And frankly, I think law enforcement and the society as a whole is really kind of getting tired of it. And the hammer is starting to fall on these people for their behaviors.
Please tell me that's not true. If this was some kidnapping prank, he's even dumber than if he actually kidnapped them. There's no words if that's actually the case. But honestly, I don't think this is for content. I think the dude has just absolutely lost his mind. But it is something to consider because he posted this right before he fled the country. They do know I'm a YouTuber, right? Man, I'm finna have a field day with this on social media and in court. This is a win-win. And not to mention when I'm done with Danny ads, stream my album, Reborn Motion, out now. Did this guy kidnap 2 women and threaten to end their lives to promote an album? Totally normal, insane behavior. but at least he seems excited for court, so maybe that means he'll actually show up for it. Either way, this case is going to be extremely interesting. And then to add to it, Courtney is kind of like eating this up online right now as he's posting a lot on his X account. Here he's claiming that he was already planning to move to Dubai and that it's unrelated to the kidnapping charges, but instead of posting on X, he should be returning to the US and lawyering up. Because it's safe to say the dude really needs a lawyer. Dude literally pulled an HS tiki-taki and fled to Dubai. But then he tweeted, "I'll kidnap my kids that I haven't been able to see since last year before I kidnapped 2 white girls that were trying to set me up and get me killed." That almost seems like a threat, dude. And that really does not make you look as innocent as what you think it does, I guess. And then according to Carmen, he can see his kids if he asks.
Your mama got my number, your sister got my number, your uncle got my number, your brothers got my number, all your homeboys got my number. You want to see your kid? Say, hey, can you reach out to one of them and let me talk to my kids? If a father want to be a father will be a fucking father.
Obviously, it's a he said, she said, but this must be insane for the people who used to watch them to see all this unfold right now. Unfortunately for me, this is the first time I've heard of him, so I mean, I can't really say my first impression is great. Meanwhile, he's attacking fans on Twitter for simply calling him out on his BS. So far, I'm not so sure if this guy's gonna stay out of the country or actually face the music. Obviously, he seems like he's having a good time posting about his innocence. So we'll see if he shows up to prove it. But he's definitely schizo posting on Twitter. Like, is he actually talking about the LA fires here? You are wanted for a kidnapping. Get off Twitter. Return home and prove your innocence if you're innocent. But either way, stay safe out there, guys. Watch out for these family vloggers because apparently some of them are allegedly turning into kidnappers. But other than that, YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video. So I think you would enjoy this video as well. But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to drop a subscribe. Welcome to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Peace.